Folks, here we are, a true 4K blast. Been asking for this for quite a while. No one in the community was up for the challenge, so...
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Folks, here we are, a true 4K blast. Visual tour, live unboxing of the 66 Jazzinc Batmobile. So it was very important for me and Sean to do a true live unboxing because we wanted to make sure that there wasn't any funny business, any weird cuts, anything like that. Especially with our experience of the last two botched jobs that I had encountered with, one of them being the Justice-Mobile from the same company that arrived broken, which later turned into just its own separate story, and then the Falcon cockpit, which was a train wreck in its own self. We wanted to have a true, somewhat live unboxing because if the vehicle did arrive broken, we wanted to document that. The vehicle did not arrive broken. It arrived in really good condition. So I'll give credit to that. That's the kicker with 4K blast and a review, is that its camera sees everything. It sees everything. And that was the whole idea. Is just looking at the vehicle over, in and out, inspecting it. Overall, everything arrived in one piece. Nothing was broken. So all that was left was just to give it a true visual tour, just visually inspect the vehicle and judge it by its manufacturing, its paint application, overall appearance, the experience compared to existing 1/6 scale vehicles in the market, because that is what the market is commanding right now. It's really hard to lie to the camera. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So this is supposed to be the last best batch per company, right? This is the last best batch.
The car is already so much better and more finished to a higher level than the original. Well, for this final batch, we've really tried to push it as far as we were able to push it.
And I still see minor imperfections, trivial concerns maybe.
Let's pull in the decal.
What's happening with the fire extinguisher?
Trying to pull this tape off and it's pulling the decal off.
Oh, I see. The paint application, the lining up of the paint spill. Again, this is probably, for some collectors, may seem somewhat trivial. Maybe it's not a big deal. But when you're paying $1,800 for a 1/6 scale vehicle in a market that delivers the Blitzway Ecto-1 Afterlife, that's $1,800.
Door seems kind of light, but I guess that'd be normal.
Yeah.
And that vehicle didn't come in great, fantastic condition. Blitzway did botch the whole sticker application on the doors, but again, overall, it still is a great vehicle. Again, for what you're paying for it, the experience and so forth, because we do live in a 1/6 scale vehicle market right now. You have the Bat Tumbler, the DeLorean, you have the Ecto-1s, and then you have Jazzinc's 1/6 scale vehicles. So it's okay. It's fine. It's not an A+, like some in the community have raved about it. I personally don't think it's worth $1,800. And again, I know it retails for $1,500 on the website, but I'm judging it by per total price point. And Sean did pay $275 for shipping, so this was an $1,800 purchase in a aggressive, competitive market right now. I don't think it's worth the price point. I think it's an okay vehicle. You can still find imperfections and flaws. It's not perfect, for considering it's the last best batch, but it's okay. To me, it's nothing to throw a parade over. Again, I do want to disclose, though, I did not grow up with the 1966 TV show.
So so the whole dust situation, so then it has to be kept in a
detop for sure.
well, not in a detop, but like in a module. This won't fit in a detop, but it'll fit.
Module
It'll
case.
have to fit inside a module case, even like in an open air, because I can already see it's bugging the hell out of you with the little specks of dust and fleck.
Well, it's more about the leftover styrofoam, right?
Yeah.
I just always been a huge like 66 Batman fan. Like I used to watch this show as a kid, and I had the figures, and actually is the Batman figures and Hot Toys showing off their 66 Batmobile was one of the main reasons I kind of really fell down the rabbit hole in collecting Hot Toys. And when they didn't cancel, or when they canceled, they didn't come out with the Batmobile. It's just kind of heartbreaking. So when Jazzinc way back when announced that he was going to do it, I was like, hell yeah! I was like one of the first backers, and I was an early backer, and for a lot of his projects. So being a first backer of the '66 Batmobile, then Justice Mobile came along. I was like one of the first backers for that, and also the Falcon Cockpit. I was one of the very first backers for that one too. Being an early supporter like that, and the '66 Batmobile always being delayed, you get what's called a first batch. And when you get a first batch, it's like you're the guinea pig. So when I got the Justice Mobile, that thing was bloody heavy. It was heavy. The axles, I have to put it on stilts so the axles don't break, and the rubber on it doesn't squish the tires. Door hinges broke on it. A lot of defects in the paint.
Now, I know in the first gen, the paint lines, a lot of people complained about the paint lines. They've improved quite a bit.
Yes, there's some improvements on here.
From the first gen, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a sticker or looks like it's. Is that?
That looks painted.
No, it's a sticker, isn't it?
Is this sticker?
I just touched it and it seemed like it.
Oh yeah, that's a sticker.
Okay. What was that used for? Is it just a prop? Was it ever addressed on the show?
No, it's just a radar thing.
Other than some sticker issues, so like the little sticker here, that's gonna, if you don't address that right away, it's gonna age poorly. I would probably coat the stickers like in a thin acrylic Gorilla Glue type scenario. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I see it here on the, and then I also see it on the thingamajig here, the whatever this is right here. So the problem with stickers is that when they're exposed to high humidity, they just tend to warp. So if it's not addressed right away, you're gonna have issues down the road. Yeah. So like I was telling you earlier, if for the untrained eye, if it's not pointed out, there is misalignment on certain parts as far as paint. Again, it's a big improvement from the Falcon Cockpit here, but but he's not there yet though. The company's not there yet. Not for the sticker price.
I know when Hot Toys had teased their prototype, I would have probably still picked it up. There's something when you have a 1/6 scale vehicle in your collection, it just brings a total just unique, it just livens up the collection, brings a unique experience. It's overall grand. I guess if this is your only best alternative for a 1966 Batmobile with Adam West and Burt Ward, I guess this will do. I guess it's fine. There's nothing here that screams innovation for me.
So I'm gonna give the passenger and the driver's seat, I guess maybe a B-, maybe B- compared to, based off of the Falcon Cockpit's performance. All right, so is there anything within the hood? Nothing?
No, the hood doesn't open.
So nothing opens in the hood, okay. So we'll skip the hood and we'll go to the back.
This paint will keep its shiny piano gloss. Will the gloss fade through time? I'm not sure. Several points in the vehicle that he's using stickers, and I mean they're showing their concerns already just in front of the camera. This is stickers. So as the years go by, how are the stickers going to hold up? What are the possibilities for replacements down the road? Again, it's dependent as a collector what part of the country you live in. Are you in a high humidity area? Are you in the East Coast that's constantly plagued by storms, high weather? The sticker situation could potentially be a concern.
Does this gym wheel move the... No, it doesn't. Okay. All right, so this gym wheel does not. Does it do it for the DeLorean? It does, doesn't it? I think it does. I know it does it for the Ecto 1, the Blitzway Ecto 1.
So, and then what kind of made me a little upset is that then a lot of these issues were fixed in what was called the second batch. And then there was a third batch. I was like, well, wait a minute, what about my first batch? I was the first adopter here. I supported you early off. I supported you first off. I was the first one to pay it off. I was the first one to pay off this Batmobile, and these and people that are just coming late to the game are getting better Batmobiles than me. That's not kind of fair, is it? Well, I guess it's not fair in love and toys. So, and then the second instance where it really hit home for me was when, because I was an early first backer for the Falcon cockpit, was that batch. There was several defects in that one as well.
So the whole pinstripe situation here, I think Hot Toys, they would have just used more like a water decal versus the actual painting on the vehicle. That's why you see a lot of the imperfections and inconsistencies with the red lining on here. Is that... Jesus. I didn't see it, but... What?
Bubbling in the sticker.
There's bubbling in the stickers. I was going to say, I didn't even see that until the camera pointed it out.
Yeah, you gotta be at the right angle.
So far on this is that what's going to age poorly, it's going to be the stickers. There's quite a few stickers that are being used on here, and the fact that there's warping and it doesn't look uniform, it's not going to age very well. There's between like the fire extinguisher, the radar dish in the front. This right here, I didn't even notice it until zoomed in. That's going to be I suspect it's going to be a problem down the road. Yeah. But again, that's assuming that if you want this exposed, because this is the back, so I guess if you keep it covered, you'll be fine. Pointing it out that it's there, because you're right, you probably don't even want to expose this.
Concerns that I would never even think about, say through Blitzway or even Hot Toys, but based on my experience dealing with the Justice Mobile and even looking at the Falcon cockpit, only other thing that I would probably point out is I would assume that the acrylic resin formula that was used for the windows doesn't age incorrectly, meaning that if a collector decides to put the vehicle near, say, a window and it's exposed to UV rays, say, for a certain amount of time, is that going to destroy the acrylic windows? Will they age? Will it turn yellow? So I'll give him credit that at least he made the effort. So was the power cord always underneath back here? Is that what it? Okay, I didn't know that had changed.
And being a first backer, I got dealt with this stuff, and there was complaints, and then it was retooled, and those issues were fixed for people that decided to order later on and didn't support Jazz early on. So again, I got the short end of the stick for backing projects early to support them. So with those issues, and well, also the paint job was pretty bad on it, and I've documented where I end up painting the whole entire Falcon cockpit myself, and pretty happy with it now. Now, with that said, I still had the 66 Batmobile completely paid off, and it's like, I think we're in year 5 now when in development. But I mean, there's progress being made on it at the time. But the way it felt is like, you know what? I don't want the first gen of this car. You know, I seen what happens when I'm the first backer. I get the first gen of the Jazzinc Mobile and the first gen of the cockpit. So I made some complaints and was able to get a full refund. And I always thought to myself, okay, well, I'm going to wait till this car is released, and if other influencers get it, and if they say it's okay, all right, I'll put the money down. I'll get it. I'm a fan of the property, and I know that the second, third, and fourth batches are the better vehicles when it comes to Jazzinc. So that's why I end up taking a plunge. I'm happy. I'm not happy about how I had to go about to get it, but I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy with the quality. It's a good vehicle. The price point is a little high. That's okay. I mean, it's a very, very niche product. I mean, something like this is probably not going to be super mass produced, so I can get it if it's in limited quantities like it is. So, but all in all, I think I'm going to really enjoy having this in my collection.
Concerns that I would never even think about, say through Blitzway or even Hot Toys, dealing with the Justice Mobile and even looking at the Falcon cockpit, you know, you have to wonder if shortcuts were taken in certain points of the manufacturing of this vehicle. Overall, it gets a B-, maybe even a C+. It's hovering between a C+ and B- simply because of the price point. It's too much for what you're getting or for what you're not getting. You're not getting a lot here. There's just not a lot. Again, compared to, hell, even the Bat Tumbler at what, $600-700, more than half the cost. I feel even with the Bat Tumbler, you're probably getting a better unique experience. But I understand as a collect, you tend to find certain pieces more favorable than others. So it's okay. It's nothing wow. It's definitely nothing. For me, I don't think it's worth waking the president up. Yeah, not for $1,800. It's okay.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Folks, thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I found this very entertaining. I had fun. Hopefully, if I did my job right, you folks out there found the video educational, entertaining, and hopefully take the information so that you in the future will then make educated purchases. Special thanks to my good buddy Hey DeLorean for keeping this purchase very secretive because he knew I would judge him. And he's rightfully so correct on that. I absolutely would. So, that being said, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below. And what else is lined up for the future?